Imagine living in a world where your entire life belongs to someone elsewhere. One wrong step means torture, branding, or even death. Now imagine being a woman in that world. Because in ancient Rome, a female slave who tried to escape wasn't just punished, she was turned into a warning. This is the dark truth of what happened to women who dared to run from Roman slavery. Roman slavery was brutal for everyone, but women suffered a special kind of cruelty. They worked inside homes, farms, mines, and sometimes were forced into prostitution. For them, escaping wasn't just difficult, it was nearly impossible. And when they tried, Rome made sure that price was terrifying. One of the earliest and most horrifying punishments was the crossroads torture. When a female slave was caught running away, she was dragged to a public intersection. There, she was beaten repeatedly with wooden rods until bones cracked. Crowds would gather, not to help her, but to watch. Rome believed that humiliating a woman in public discouraged others from running. If a male slave escaped, Romans often branded his forehead. But for women, they chose even more painful areas: the cheeks, the upper chest, or sometimes the arms. The mark wasn't just punishment. It was a permanent reminder that she belonged to someone. No matter where she went, people would know she was fugitiva, a runaway slave. Some captured women were forced to wear iron slave collars. These collars were heavy, painful, and impossible to remove. Many had inscriptions like, "I have run away. Hold me if you find me." Imagine being forced to wear your own shame, with every step reminding you of your failed escape. Rome had a dark system where runaway female slaves were sometimes punished by being forced into brothels. This wasn't just about humiliation, it was about profit and control. Their owners believed selling their bodies was the ultimate punishment and a warning to others. Captured women were often whipped with leather straps embedded with metal. But what made it worse was what came next: salt rubbed into the wounds. This caused unbearable burning pain. Some fainted, some screamed until they lost their voice. But Rome didn't care. Punishment was meant to leave scars, both physical and psychological. Instead of killing a runaway woman, many owners preferred long-term punishment. Women were chained by their ankles for days, weeks, or even months. They worked like this: eating, sleeping, and surviving with iron cutting into their skin. The message was simple: escape again, and the next punishment will be worse. The harshest sentence for a runaway woman was being sold into the mines. These mines were deeper and darker than anything in today's world. Women were forced to carry heavy stones, often until their bodies collapsed. Most never made it out alive. For Rome, it was the perfect punishment: slow, painful, and hidden from the public eye. Roman law allowed owners to punish not just the woman, but her friends, children, or fellow slaves. If one woman escaped, others could be whipped or tortured just for being associated with her. This psychological terror kept slaves obedient. Many women didn't even try to escape because they couldn't risk bringing suffering to someone they loved. In rare but extreme cases, female slaves who repeatedly escaped were executed in public arenas. Not by quick methods, but by wild animals or gladiators. This was done to send a message: no woman escapes Roman law. Crowds cheered. But for the slaves watching, it was a nightmare carved into memory. Historians found records of enslaved women like Afrania, branded 3 times for escaping; Livia, forced into prostitution after being caught; Felicia, chained for months until her legs were permanently damaged. Their names survive as evidence of Rome's darkest system. Escaping slavery in Rome wasn't just difficult, it was life-threatening, especially for women. Their punishments were designed to break them physically, emotionally, and socially. Yet many still ran. Because even in the darkest parts of history, the human desire for freedom never dies. If you found this story shocking or eye-opening, make sure you subscribe for more unbelievable historical truths from the ancient world. Your support helps bring forgotten stories back to life. See you in the next video.